If my pops finds out I got in trouble in school today, I'm definitely gonna be on punishment. What if I can't think of anything?
Lights out, party's over.
Yeah. Look, guys. Why are you sweating me, man? Look, you're wrinkling my school clothes.
Ooh, you wrinkling my school clothes.
Ooh. I think the three of y'all are trying to play me. I am Blade Brown. The dopest, hypest brother on the block.
It was the film company as well. They were kind of feeling like, kind of pushing us to the side. They were trying to style it more for immature. So once again, we kind of got emotional about it. And so we were like, yo, you. We're not doing House Party 4. So we passed.
Did Kid from Kid and Play really throw away $100,000 just to skip out on a cameo? Or was it his messy run-in with the law in 2010 that had fans wondering what happened to the laid-back, high-top fade star we all knew from House Party? Sit back and relax, because we're bringing you all the tea. Christopher Reid, also known as Kid from the hit duo Kid and Play from the 90s, yes, those popular hip-hop dudes who helped shape the 90s culture.
His full name was the Kid Cool Out, and I was Playboy. When we came together, we shortened the names, and it became Kid and Play. So it was kind of something that evolved and was kind of pretty organic. We were new, we were different.
He had a tough start in life. Born to a Jamaican father.
My father, he could have easily shipped me off to any number of my Jamaican relatives. I had him in Jamaica, I had him in London, I had him in Toronto.
And an Irish mother, Reid's life was anything but smooth. Reid's mother tragically passed away in a car accident when he was just 9 years old. As if that wasn't enough, his racist grandparents swooped in, taking her pension and leaving young Christopher to deal with the emotional and financial fallout on his own.
When my mother died suddenly, the parents that hadn't spoken to her in maybe like, I was about 9, 10 at that time, hadn't spoken to her at that time, went to court to get her pension. Like, who does that?
But Reid didn't let that get him down. He quickly rose to fame in the late 80s and early 90s, thanks to his life-changing role in Kid and Play.
And it'll be that way until I say cease. We out of here, peace.
Which he starred in alongside Christopher Martin. Their energetic rap and signature dance moves made them pop culture icons. And soon, Reid's high-top fade became a symbol of the era.
Did you ever interact with these guys? I mean, you mentioned how you ran into Dre and stuff like that, but you guys knew each other?
We toured together back in the days, man.
Oh, Kid and
Believe
Play.
it or not. Kid and Play and NWA.
The total opposites.
It just feels right.
Can you imagine that they almost broke up before they became famous?
There was a lot of slam doors in our face. Like, and I can remember a time when he was ready to just call it a day and do his thing at Herbert H. Lehman College. And me, I didn't know what my thing was. I think I was working at either Burger King or McDonald's at the time. And
You worked at the airport, too.
yeah, I worked at Avis Rent-A-Car.
One time the dude shows up outside my house. He got the big bus outside my house. I'm like, I said, dude, you just stole a bus. Like, what are you doing, man? Yo, get on. I'm not getting on no stolen bus. Get out of here.
With a big old Avis written on the side.
Get out of here before my
Avis
crazy
colors.
Jamaican dad comes home and says, who the hell put that bus in the front of my house?
But as with many celebrities, things started to fall apart when the cameras weren't rolling. After having such a good moment in the limelight thanks to his iconic role as Kid, people were beyond shocked when Reid turned down a cool $100,000 for a cameo in House Party 4. That's right, he walked away from the cash, and fans have been wondering why ever since.
It was the film company as well. They were kind of feeling like, kind of pushing us to the side. They were trying to style it more for immature. So once again, we kind of got emotional about it. And so we were like, yo, you. We're not doing House Party 4. So we passed. Now, they start doing the film. Our manager at the time, the late, great Bernie Brillstein. So he calls us up and says, hey, they want you to do a cameo in this House Party 4. All they need you for is a week, and they'll give you $100,000 a piece. And I remember at the time thinking like, who can't use $100,000, for a week's worth. But then there was something in my heads was like, you know what they're gonna do? We're gonna do our shit for a week. Then they're gonna chop it up, make it look like we're all up in the joint. We're not. It's gonna flop. We're gonna take a bath. We're gonna get the blame. Now, maybe that was a little bit too much conjecture, you know what I'm saying? In retrospect, I probably should have just took the $100,000 and just and just bounced. But we passed, and I'm glad we passed. It wasn't, I love Immature and I love those guys, but it wasn't up to the standard that we had been doing.
But that wasn't the last time he'd surprise his fans. Sadly, some of the cast members of House Party have passed away, and even if they decided to hold another reunion, the family wouldn't be complete.
We were on that tour. They just didn't mention it in the movie.
Were you in Detroit when?
No, we weren't on the Detroit show because we actually had to leave the tour a little bit early because we went to go film the original House Party.
Fast forward to 2010, when Reid ended up on the wrong side of the law and was arrested for missing a court date for a DUI.
I was at home and I was actually getting ready to go to an audition. And so, I'm dressed up, I'm getting ready to go, and then I hear a, boom, boom. And I look outside the door and there's like 3 people outside. And that's usually like when packages come, like delivery. And so I'm like, wow, must be one hell of a package. It's like 3 people that, have to deliver this. So I open the door and they go, it's like 2 dudes and a chick. And they look real like official. The one guy says, are you Christopher Reid? And when somebody asks you like that, you just like, oh. It was them. They came to get me because I had missed a court date involving the DUI.
It's hard to picture the goofy kid in such a serious situation, but Hollywood has a way of turning its child stars upside down. And the drama didn't stop there. Did you know that House Party wasn't even supposed to be for Kid and Play at first? According to Reid, the movie was actually meant for Jazzy Jeff and Will Smith. That's a bit awkward, right? It's hard to say if there was any tension over that, but it's definitely one of those what-if moments in entertainment history.
I'm doing great, enjoying our time here in New York City. It was always nice to come back home and visit, see some good friends, family.
And to my understanding that, our first series of shows will be here in New York, but people can look forward to things we'll be doing in Atlanta, in ATL, in L.A.
Los Angeles.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's where I live.
We want to put any other cities in there?
Toledo. No, I'm just playing.
How about Tulsa?
Tulsa, yeah.
Reid went on to say that he and Martin backed out of an NBC pilot after the network canceled their animated TV series. Will Smith and Jazz were cast in the show, which turned into The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared.
I'm guessing by his words, the series was originally planned for Kid and Play, and then redeveloped for DJ Jazzy Jeff and The Fresh Prince. Even with all the drama, Reid has mostly kept quiet about any big problems with his old co-stars and managers. But Hollywood rumors say that as Kid and Play's popularity started to drop, things got tense. The duo, known for their jokes and great chemistry, seemed to drift apart. Was it because they didn't see eye to eye creatively? Or was there something more going on behind the scenes? But the drama didn't stop there. Reid's social media kept him in the news, but not always for the best reasons. We're talking about some messy times where Reid had to defend himself against critics. Like when he got dragged hard on Twitter for making fun of Colin Kaepernick. It was so not a good look. But what really happened? It all kicked off when Reid, of all people, thought it would be funny to poke fun at Kaepernick's political views. In a sketch that's now viral, he wore a fake afro and Kaepernick's football jersey, making a fake Black Power salute. Big mistake. This tone-deaf joke didn't sit well with the internet. At all. Twitter went wild, pulling Reid hard for what many saw as a betrayal of the movement Kaepernick stood for. The picture that really upset fans was posted by Jason Whitlock, a well-known critic of Kaepernick, and his protests against police brutality. As soon as the photo went viral, fans started wondering, did Christopher Reid just back Whitlock's criticism of Kaepernick's powerful protest? Feeling the heat, Reid took to social media to try to clear his name. He posted a bunch of pictures on Facebook showing himself in various pro-Black situations, with Trayvon Martin's mom, Sabrina Fulton, and wearing a Kanye for President t-shirt.
Honestly, I didn't know what the controversy was about. I figured that, look, anything talking about Colin Kaepernick right now would be kind of controversial. I didn't know that it was about, they thought it was a white guy. I'm like Colin Kaepernick. I'm black and white. So I didn't get that part of it.
Sadly, it was a failed attempt at damage control. In his long statement, Reid explained that the skit wasn't meant to disrespect Kaepernick or his message.
What we had in mind, or certainly what I had in mind, was not making fun of Colin Kaepernick, but almost making fun of the media storm that was surrounding it, how everybody was reacting to it. And I had it in my mind like a Saturday Night Live sketch. You know what I mean? That's the type of stuff that they would do. That's kind of what I had in mind.
He even admitted, Whitlock has been a vocal critic of Colin, so the optics of the photo have got me looking crazy. Yeah, no kidding, kid. But even with this explanation, fans weren't buying it. Reid might have tried to stand his ground, saying he still supports Kaepernick's fight against police brutality, but the damage was done. The internet rarely forgives, and this scandal has left a lasting mark on him. One thing's for sure, Kid will be remembered for more than just his house party movies. Sadly, this controversial moment might not be forgotten anytime soon. So let's get right to it. Christopher Reid didn't just disappear after shaking things up in the 90s with his famous high-top fade. Actually, he's been busy. But let's not forget, it hasn't been all smooth sailing. You won't believe what's happened in his life since his house party days.
Dope movie. I went to the theaters to go see it.
Yeah, well, you know what? The thing about Class Act that was so interesting and was funny was that story really kind of mirrored playing in his life growing up.
I thought you were going to play with my frog.
Your frog ain't jumping in my direction. There's a new tadpole in town.
Christopher Reid's face might have taken a bit of a break from the screens,
Say pretty please.
but trust me, he's still around. He's dived into all sorts of TV roles, showing off his range and proving he's more than just a teen comedy star. From sitcoms to dramas, you name it, he's done it. But wait, it gets even better. Reid didn't just stick to acting. He also got into voice acting like it was no big deal. Yup, that's right. He's lent his voice to animated characters.
Hey, it's Tom Kenny, the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Lugo's blood is on your hands, not mine. Bang.
Showing off his versatility and earning even more respect in the industry. Who would have thought that Kid had a knack for more than just rapping? Talking about talent, let's talk about the big surprise. Reid co-wrote the catchy theme song for the hit 90s show All That. That little tune you couldn't get out of your head? Yeah, a big part of that is thanks to Christopher Reid. The guy just keeps popping up where you least expect him. And just when you thought he was only into music and TV, boom, he's also a published author. Turns out, Christopher Reid has some stories to share, and he's not afraid to do so. But it doesn't stop there. He's also had his own reality show.
Hey y'all, this is your man, Christopher Reid, better known as Kid. We're out here on Melrose Avenue in beautiful Los Angeles, California, and we're out here to talk to the people. We want to see if they're familiar with this image.
Opening up his personal life and giving fans a peek into his everyday life. And let's be real, who doesn't love a good reality show, especially when there's a celebrity involved? Oh, and just to clear things up, Christopher hasn't totally left his acting days behind. He's still making cameos in music videos, bringing back that vibe we all love. Plus, he's been performing live at shows and concerts, bringing that energy back. He might not have his high-top fade anymore, but he's got the vibes.
You got to give us your first rhyme.
I remember my first rhyme.
It's time.
I was a freshman in high school.
Give us the rhyme.
Can I set the tone? Can I set the scene? I was on the train, coming home from school, when I saw this freak.
Now, let's not forget to mention that he's been recognized and honored for his work in entertainment. Yeah, despite all the ups and downs, Christopher Reid has earned his fair share of awards and nominations. Oh, but don't you think for a second that he's just been acting. Christopher Reid's been flexing his skills behind the scenes, too, taking on producing roles and working with some big names in the music and film industries. And get this, he's also a philanthropist at heart. Yes, you heard that right. The man gives back, supporting various causes and using his voice and money to help others. Who would have known?
But because we actually had to leave the tour a little bit early because we went to go film the original house party. So we weren't at the Detroit show, but we did probably about 8 shows with them. Eazy-E, NWA, Kid and Play, JJ Fad, DOC. I think Kwame may have been on it as well.
So what's Christopher Reid going to be remembered for? His cool vibe from House Party? His knack for turning into a voice actor, producer, and even a writer? Or the fact that he's always bounced back no matter what life threw at him? At 60, with a net worth of about $700K, he's not the richest star from his time, but his mark on the entertainment world, unforgettable. You never know when Kid will throw another party.